And sure enough, we're on the way to that. Let's go to Melanie Collins on the sideline.
Thanks, Coach. Take me through that last scoring drive. All 3 timeouts. What did you see from your offense that you liked?
Great protection up front. Gave Joe time. Got a chance to push the ball down the field. Jamar's just got that extra gear to be able to run that ball down. Not many guys can do that.
Zach, thank you.
Thank you.
And you can see how effective Burrow was. Halftime highlights coming up from Verizon.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to Studio 43 and the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. JB along with Coach Nate and Matt. And to the highlights we go.
To the highlights we go. We have the Jets, Vikings across the pond in London. This game was the early one on NFL Network. Aaron Rodgers, after being down early, he turns into himself. Patience, get rid of the ball, and Garrett Wilson goes in for the score. And right now, with a chance to actually win the game, he throws the ball slightly inside, and it's intercepted by Stephon Gilmore. That is game over. Aaron Rodgers, 3 interceptions on the day as they lose this one, 23-17.
All right, the Bills at the Texans. Let's give the offensive line for the Texans a little love right here, creating a hole for Cam Akers to run through. Untouched from 15 yards out. Too easy. Later on, C.J. Stroud going to fake the toss to the left here.
CJ.
And he's going over the top to Nico Collins. Beautiful deep throw right there for the 67-yard touchdown. But you see Nico Collins pulling up a little bit right there. Be interesting to see in the second half, 17-3 Texans.
In this big AFC North matchup as you're watching right here, it's going to be Lamar Jackson connecting with Rashad Bateman from 16 yards out. And you know what? We've seen it happen. Joe Burrow finds that guy named Jamar Chase, and he likes to go deep. And people giving up deep balls, no one's giving up more than the Baltimore Ravens. There's 41 yards right there, and a 2-point conversion was good, and they lead 17-14.
All right, we have the Browns and Commanders. And check out this run by Brian Robinson. Almost stopped on the 5, keeps his legs moving, and he gets in for the touchdown. Watch the Commanders. They are not done. They are all over the Browns. And it's Brian Robinson again for the TD. They're up 24-3 over the Browns. All right, here's another good one. The Colts, the Jags. This is old school football right here. Joe Flacco, you know what he's going to do. Mr. Consistent, he gets rid of it quickly. Michael Pittman Jr. for the score. And then Trevor Lawrence answers back, and he's having a good game. He hits Brian Thomas Jr. He runs a spray release fade from the inside slot, and he is gone to the house. That's his 3rd TD of the season. The Jags, they are up 13-10 in the 3rd.
And Caleb Williams is starting to get more and more comfortable with a certain receiver. And that receiver right there being DJ Moore. You can see the connection they have right there. The crossing route, he hits him for 34 yards out for a touchdown. You're going to go back, you step back, who you going to look for? I like DJ Moore. Right down here, right down the seam right there, from 30 yards out. And right now, Chicago Bears lead 27-7 over Carolina.
Okay, Dolphins at the Patriots. It's kind of been a slugfest on the defensive side of the ball, but right here, Ramondre Stevenson going to take it. Break 1 right there. 2 tackles for the 33-yard touchdown. Patriots on top 7-3 in the 3rd quarter.
All right, guys, if there's an NFL script, it says that Burrow and the Bengals start the season slow, and then they figure it out right around week 4 and 5. And here it is, corner route, Mike Gesicki. And then T. Higgins, a slant route, hits him on the money, and he can run with it. And, of course, we talked about Jamar Chase. The last couple of weeks, these guys have found a rhythm. This is a deep post. He crosses to the other side of the field and slides underneath it. Just check out the numbers right now. 13 for 18, $157. He's averaging 8.7 yards an attempt. And Coach, you said it, the Ravens, they give up big plays. So you go into this game knowing if I can get my guys going early, I can get this offense going, and we'll have a shot at beating a very good Ravens squad.
Yeah, you said it. The big plays and getting them going early, right? Playing from that lead is what we talked about prior to the game. I think they're in really good position in the second half to stay aggressive offensively and not have to defend the run down in and down out against the Ravens.
And I'll tell you, the Ravens have done, I mean, the Bengals have done a good job of stopping the running game. You sit there and you watch them, and everyone talks about them bullying people around. They're the AFC North team. There was something all week long. Lou Anamoretto will sit there in a room, we'll sit there, and he said, listen, you know, you go against the Kansas City Chiefs, you take away who? The tight end.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Right.
You go against his team, he'll take away your strength, and that's going to be
Derrick Henry. Yeah, that's true, Coach, but there's also a second half of football to play.
I know.
We know Derrick Henry gets stronger as the game goes on.
There's a second half of football, but these teams could each be 2 and 3 after today. which is crazy.
Yeah. All right, man. No, call on Nate to help set up.
Hey, I got you.
Doubleheader coming up later. We've got that guy there. Matt said he had an MCL. He looked better last week.
Yeah.
Hoping to be even better this week. Against who?
Against Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. I know they've had some injuries this year, but if you have Matthew Stafford as your quarterback, you have a chance to win the game.
The Verizon Halftime Report continues.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G.
What we have to do is vote.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G.
And welcome back to the Verizon Halftime Report. Coming up, second games late today here on CBS. Most of you will see the Green Bay Packers at the LA Rams. Others will see the Giants at Seattle. Packers at the Rams.
Yeah, Jordan Love last week came back from injury. We saw him knock off the rust a little bit, 4 TDs, but had 3 interceptions. You're going and facing Matt Stafford in L.A. It's a tough place to play, especially when you have Stafford at quarterback, regardless if he doesn't have Cooper Kupp or not. And in the other game, you have the Giants on the road in Seattle. Geno Smith could be in the MVP conversation real soon. Him and DK Metcalf, what a connection. This should be an easy one for the Seahawks.
Doubleheader action here on CBS, and the Verizon Halftime Report will continue.
That'd be Derrick Henry coming into today. The Bengals a late first-time lead in the first half, and they go up by 3 on the Baltimore Ravens. We'll check it with Melanie Collins in just a second. Some first-half thoughts.
Well, I think the first thing that jumps out to me is that the Bengals' rush defense, what they've been able to do in terms of containing Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And the second thing is the Cincinnati pass offense. So we'll show you some of the highlights that Joe Burrow in this offense was able to get going. And really the passing game is what has kept them in this game. First, the touchdown pass to T. Higgins, and then late in the second quarter, a little scramble move and finding Jamar Chase to put themselves in position. So when the pressure comes, it's man coverage downfield. Jamar Chase for the big touchdown right before halftime.
And through 30 minutes of football, these are some of the numbers. Jackson has gone 9 of 17. Burrow has gone 13 of 18.
Very even, though, Kevin. I mean, you go down the line, the first downs, time of possession, obviously the score is very close. It's the kind of game we thought coming into this that if the Bengals could get some things going in the pass game and if they could contain that rush game, we would have this type of game. And
to kick off by Justin Tucker. It is in the end zone, a touchback for the Bengals to their 30 moments ago. Melanie Collins caught up with the coach of the Ravens, John Harbaugh.
John, just 58 yards rushing in that first half. How do you adjust in the ground game?
Well, we got to find a way to run the ball, but more importantly, we got to find a way to make some explosive plays against the fronts they're giving us. They're giving us a lot of run-stop fronts. We need to make some plays against that in the pass game, too.
Good luck in the second half.
Yes, thanks.